Hey guys, how you doing? Friday afternoon here in the UK. I worked at the weekend and I started at 8 yesterday. I was still going at 11 last night, answering questions and talking to people and putting some stuff together, pages and stuff. So it's now 3:05 on a Friday afternoon, and you know what? I'm flagging. I really am. So I'm gonna go watch some TV after this, I think, and maybe chill out for a bit until the evening shift and see what's going on. So we take one for the team because like we're building pages and stuff at the minute for our clients and stuff. So anyway, what we're gonna do, Eric, we're gonna clarify what we're doing, yeah?
Yeah, we're going to talk about our hybrid affiliate system, what we're going to be running with 2026, with our low ticket residual and then our high ticket instant income system, and then kind of why we married the two together and what's our logic behind it, and then of course how you guys can participate, and take advantage of not only the systems, and the two business models we've chose, but also take advantage of our training, our support, and then we're doing something even above all that we see very few people do as well. So yeah, we're all in. So yeah, let's go through this, Paul, and let them
So
know what we
let's
got.
I'm not gonna bring anything up on the screen at the minute. I'm gonna try and keep it simple. Let's start from ground zero. You're looking around, there's a cost of living crisis. Eric, why is it, by the way, that the price of funerals has gone up due to the cost of living crisis? How does that work? Anyway,
Yeah.
so so let's suppose in cost of living crisis is hitting you a little bit. Maybe you're not broke, but maybe you haven't got money for some of the nicer things in life like you used to, taking the family out, whatever. So you're looking at a side hustle, and obviously it's all brand new to you. And me and Eric are finding that even people that have done some stuff before, it's almost like they're starting from scratch. It's almost because of all the AI tools that came out and the businesses that came out, we're finding people are like really stuck on just what we would think of as the basics. But then you got to remember there's two of us and we do this full time. So if you've got a job, and you're trying to raise a family and stuff and all of this stuff happen, we get it, right? So that's the first thing, right? We get it. And one of the things we're thinking of doing is starting like some real super simple beginner stuff. So if you're interested in that, drop a comment on this video. Let us know, would that benefit you? Would that help you to have something that was literally like how to use a URL shortener, how to get AI to create a Facebook post for you, how to upload a video, what every bit is, what marketing is, what attraction marketing is, what is interruption marketing, actually explain it to you and take you through it. And not to brag, not to boast, but we've done all right online. Let's just say that, right? We can show you some stats if you want to message us, right? So that's the first thing, right? And that's where we're kind of starting off, and we have a very low entry of $35, guys. $35, not a lot of money. It's about the price of a takeaway in the UK. If that, to be honest, it's probably not even that. I was looking earlier at our local Chinese takeaway. So so it's very low cost to start, and also the whole thing, it provides all the tools you need. I will bring a quick slide up here. Um, what it does, all these people that are looking for side hustles, there's certain things you need. And when I sort of teach some people like some marketing stuff, if you go into your high street and you shout out, who wants a sales funnel? Right? Who wants, who wants a smart post thing that can post to different places at once? Who wants to learn how to, upload a YouTube video? Nobody's really gonna, you might get the odd nut job, but on the whole, most people aren't going to want to know any of that, are they? But if you say, who wants to make $500 a month extra to help out with the bills or whatever, okay, more people are going to be interested, right? They might not even approach you then because it sounds like it might be a scam, but they'll be more interested. They'll take a look. And the good thing about online is you can take a look without feeling threatened. And when they come to you and they say, how do I do it then? You say, well, you're going to need a sales funnel. You're going to need to upload some videos to YouTube and you get, all the things that you just shouted out. And the point of me telling you that is like in the American Gold Rush, Levi jeans came from the American Gold Rush. That's where he made all his money. And it's often the people that sold the tools, right? The tools, the shovels, the picks, the dynamite. So when you're providing those tools, you have a solid product that people need, okay? And it doesn't matter to you whether they find the gold or not with whatever they're promoting. Because this $35 thing you can use to help you promote anything. Now, it doesn't matter whether your customers hit the gold. Obviously, we want everybody to hit the gold, but they still need the picks, the shovels, i.e., the stuff that we have here. So that's kind of our base, and it's very it is very, they call it heart centered. There's no hype, there's no pressures. It pays out 80% commissions. Um, they're very helpful. It has a complete beginner's stuff with an affiliate marketing training course, so you can learn direct from them. They are live 5 days a week. You can go and ask questions. You can get and watch 6 and 7 figure marketers do their marketing. So, as an entry point into our world or the world of affiliate marketing or side hustles, okay, it's not MLM, nothing like that. Okay, an entry into our world for $35 that can help you with all of that, plus our support. Maybe we'll talk a bit more about that very shortly. But that is kind of our start, if you like. That is like what this is why we do it. It's 80% commissions is one of the things that attracted us. It provides so much support. In theory, we don't have to, but we know that people still need help. And again, we'll talk about that later. Right. So we do, okay. Um, but very, 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 very good, I think. Is there anything you want to say about that front end, Eric?
No, just know that this is this is a stable, this first engine, just like the second. It's stable. It's a 10-year-old company. It's worldwide. It's not, like I said, it's not the latest, greatest, newest thing that comes out. These things come out every single freaking week. You
Yeah,
guys have all seen them. Like, we're looking to build, stable residual income with that engine over time, right? So help you build a stable income, not something you work, for 3 or 4 months. They change the comp plan, the company, goes out of business, and all these other things happen. This is a 10-year-old company. They haven't changed the comp plan in 10 years. It's not goofy as far as, matrix or hyper matrix or get points in this leg to that leg to get paid. It's like we know what we get paid, right? So our big thing this year is we're helping people build subscriptions versus teams, right? We want you to go out and just with eight, what is it, 8, 9 subscriptions with our front end engine here, you could be generating $1,000 a month
yeah,
residual income. So that's with 8 subscriptions versus having to build teams in some of these programs of hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands of people. And we've even seen builds and programs out there. We know a guy that has over 1 million people in his organization. He's all, look at all these people, and he's making no money. That's how these systems are designed out there. We're showing you, hey, let's go make a sale. Let's build a subscription. And this is 80% commission you're getting a lion's share of the commissions right away. So yeah, that's all I got, Paul. I'll let you talk
yeah.
about the
So
from there.
it's recurring. You get a customer once, as long as they stay a happy customer, they keep paying. Now, what happens though? Okay, if you then if not, I don't really can't see anything happening to that as an income stream, but who knows, right? So imagine you get in a plane, it's got one engine, and that engine fails. What do you do? Uh-oh, you crash, right? So, and the other problem with a single engine plane is, it can only go so fast. It's only got one engine, right? So if we equate this to like, a commercial plane, most commercial planes have at least two engines, sometimes four, right? That gives you the stability, it gives you extra thrust at takeoff, it can help with landing and stuff like that. Apparently, I don't know how airplanes work properly, but there you go. So me and Eric, we've always been multiple income stream guys, and one of the things where people go wrong is they try and diversify, which is what you hear in stocks and shares. But in the online world, that means you need to find a new audience every time for everything you do, and I've been guilty of that. So we added a company that we made $124,000 in, no income claims made on this video, but we kind of moved on to other projects for various reasons. We'll openly discuss with you. There's nothing wrong with it, okay? But we kind of got into other things, but they've just revamped. It's updated. And what that means is we can tie it to this because it's the same audience, so it's no extra work, right? But this one isn't what I would call a stable income, but this gives you the massive thrust, right? So if you can imagine if you've got one little weak engine on the front of a single propeller plane, it's got to build up its momentum and its power to be able to take off. If you've got two jet engines, you can take off a lot quicker, right? but they use fuel a lot faster, right? And if you just want to idle along, you know, so number one, we want recurring income, right? We've done a lot of these sort of deals, and the higher ticket, it's not high ticket, it's medium ticket, but they're great because they give you a cash injection. But the problem with those is it can be boom or bust. It averages out probably over a year. But if you want to make $1,000 a month, you can do that actually with like one customer here with the higher ticket thing. You could actually do one sale every 2 months. They have a $2,000 level, right? And that is actually the most popular level. I was surprised. But the reason is people don't want to miss out on commissions, right? So they have a $2,000 level. It's a real investment in a real business. Okay. Again, not MLM or anything like that. But if you could make one, if you want to make $1,000 extra a month, you only need to make one sale every 2 months, which isn't too bad, is it? But what happens if you don't make that sale that month? What happens if you get ill? What happens if you can't work? What blah 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 blah? What happens if Facebook close your account and that's where you did most of your promotion? So you've got one engine for stability, and we've got one engine for cash injections. And guess what, guys? If one drops, we've still got the other one. Pretty sweet. So, but what happens if you don't want to? What happens if you don't want to do that? What happens if you don't want to? You're just getting started, you're probably very new, and you don't want to do it. So, Eric, do you want to talk through what we do here for people?
Yeah, so one of our biggest things when we set this hybrid system up, obviously our core product offering is our low ticket residual engine. Okay, so that's where you can get started for $35. Now, there's also a product combined together, that's $128 commission. That's on the 80%, right? And that's where we come up with numbers with like eight, premium customers. We're looking at, over $1,000 in residual income, but you can start at 35 bucks a month. You're making a $28 commission on that. You get 2 weeks free of the premium. So you can check out the
Yeah,
premium. Paul's already told you a little bit about that. But we have the second engine, which we love. We love the instant 100% commission model because with this company who's been around for 10 years and we were involved with it years ago, they've sort of revamped and got us excited about the company again. But we did $124,000 in pure profit in just 4 months with this system, right? We know the system's great, we know it converts, and we know a lot of people are looking for high ticket type programs online, right? Because it's our first engine sort of slow and steady. You're building that base, but to be able to generate $500, $1,000, $2,000 commissions instantly, that gets a lot of people excited, including us. Now, with that said, we know that some people may come in at the low ticket engine. They really are, they're not prepared financially to get involved in the second engine. We didn't want you guys not to be able to participate in this second engine. So Paul had the idea of saying, "Hey, well, what if we get? I built this page that you guys are looking at now. What if I can track, our link to that individual. So if someone comes to this page, they're looking at this system, they buy into our low ticket, right? Our $35, and then they look at the high ticket, that we described, say, hey, I'd really like to get involved with that. They end up going in and buying. Let's say they buy $1,000 package with that. Well, we can track that back to you. Okay. So we can track that you were the one that brought us that lead. So Paul said, how about we give them a 30% finder's fee for just doing that, right? So now if you're looking at $1,000, that could potentially be, $300, right? On $1,000 sell, right? That you didn't even know
yeah,
you got your low ticket sell too, because very few people don't buy the low ticket and just do the high ticket. Typically, they'll buy both or they buy the low ticket, right? That's typically what they do. So you've got that sell there, and then all of a sudden, me or Paul reach out to you and we say, "Hey, you passed us along a lead that ended up buying, $1,000, and we're going to shoot you over 300 bucks. Thanks for
yeah.
participating." Now, obviously, we want you to get to a point where you can buy into the second engine yourself because we want you to get 100% of those commissions. But that's kind of how it works, Paul. Did I miss anything?
No, I don't think so. But what I'll add to that is this this company here, they have a call center. Now you can we haven't set that up at the minute, but we're going to do it ultimately. But you get everything you need to run an online business is here, but and that includes a call center, right? So they will take a percentage, which is why we're only offering it. I say only. You haven't invested in it. So you I say only 30%, but they take a commission. So we're bearing that in mind when we worked it out. Okay. But this is a true sort of, you just send traffic, people come and look, they can call a call center, they can speak to somebody. One of the people that takes the calls is the owner and the owner's son. So they're two people that actually handle it. And they obviously know a lot about their business. So it kind of is the best of both worlds. We've landed in a really good place. Last year wasn't the best year for us, was it? Because of all the stuff that came out and everything it promised. But now we're in a really good place where, we've got something that is only $35 and is the nuts and bolts. And this page, by the way, is available to our team in the back office. And this is what I mean. What do I need to run a business then? Well, you need a sales page. I don't know how to make a page. Guess what? You've got the funnel builder with the product, and we just give you it. I'll even set it up for you, so you won't even have to change your link. So you could use this page, you send it out, somebody comes along and they watch this little video up here and they go, oh, that makes sense, right? They come down and they go, do you know what? I'm not ready. I don't want to do that, but I'll do this. They join. Okay, that's your link. You keep all of that. You get your 80% commission and it's recurring. That's how you build up, cover your bills one at a time. That's what we hit on as well, is like, a lot of places they kind of try and promote like make 10K a month, and all this. You can certainly do that, but you don't go from 0 to 10K a month overnight. Very few people can do that. So what you do is you just start going, do you know what, that's one customer will more than cover my Netflix. Two customers covers, maybe that covers, I don't know, a meal out. Three customers, four customers, five customers, six customers. I saw somebody a $750 a month car payment. Six customers here on that side can clear the car payment. It's like a free car. That's the way I look at it. So some people will do that. Some people, though, if you're a seasoned marketer, you've been online. I know people that won't look at this. And Eric prefers high ticket. I know a guy, he's like, yeah, but recurring is great, Paul, but wouldn't it be better to have like a lot of money in the bank, make a load of sales, have a lot of money in the bank? Then you don't need the recurring. And I'm like, well, I like the recurring for security. So there's no right or wrong. They're both good. And that's why we're so excited, because this is the perfect system. So you're at this level, somebody comes along and they go, oh, I want to make the $1,000, $2,000 commissions, right? Then they buy it. You would normally lose out because you haven't invested and you feel bad. We are doing it for you. We will give you that 30%. Then it's up to you what you do with that. Do you save it up so you can get this, and you would have had another potentially, like, if you're using the call center, that could have been an $800 or a $1,600 commission for you. Could have been a $2,000 commission if you don't use the call center. So we would love you to get it, but we appreciate either you don't know enough yet to get it because you're new to the industry, you don't want to invest the money, you can't invest the money. So we're being as fair as we can, right? And there's a PDF there for people that don't want to read. So the next thing is, I think we've covered that well, don't you?
Absolutely.
Now,
Yep.
when you're new, right, the other problem that people have is they feel they don't have any results, so they can't then go and promote because they don't have results, and they still don't know what to do. And the problem is, it's like I used the analogy the other day, like if you go and buy an air fryer from, a big electrical retailer, I don't know what you guys could do, Target or something, would they do it? I don't know. But you go to a big store and you buy an air fryer, and the guy, you've paid for it, and then you say to the sales assistant, right, well, now you need to teach me how to cook. What they're going to say? They're going to say, no, you brought an air fryer, you didn't pay for private lessons. Now, it's the same with online business, and we do try and help. So we have two things to help. On this side, we have a group, right? We have a group, and like today, I've been in twice actually. We're meant to be one a day, but Monday to Friday, me and Eric go in, and one of us will do like an idea of the day, and we'll show you what we're doing, so you can follow along, and then it's like, okay, I can do that, and I know what to post, and I showed how to upload the videos, right? But we can't give everybody that one-on-one attention because there's not enough money in it for us to say, we'll put our marketing tools down, we'll stop earning our money to help you, right? Doesn't work that way. So there are people out there that charge $99 a month. There are people out there that charge 1,000, 2,000. I know somebody who charges as high as 15,000 to give you that one time and that coaching and that mentoring, and they still don't do what Eric's going to tell you about now to get over that lack of credibility thing. So before I do, let me just say that if you're going to do the lower levels here, there's no point. Do this side. To be honest with you, we've done the math. right? 500 maybe, definitely 1,000 or 2,000 if you're going to do that to earn those commissions. This is 100% commissions, by the way. That's obviously where it's at, right? But what we're going to do again, we're going to take one for the team for, I think we've got nine, no, we've got eight left now, I think, haven't we? So we've got eight left with people looking at the minute. But we're going to use the money from that. You can watch all the training and that and everything in there yourself. But we want to do something a bit special. So I'll hand it over to you, Eric.
Yeah, so basically, guys, what we're doing, and again, I'll reiterate what Paul said. Most of the people that are doing the high ticket engine, that I love it because it's instant pay, 100% high ticket. A small percentage are going to do the 500. Most people are either going to do the 1,000 or the $2,000 level. Okay, because that's where the money is. Most people, and talking to the owner, that by the way, this also has a call center, so you can actually set it up. Once you sort of buy into it, you can set it up. Now, there's a small percentage out of the profit that goes to them, but they will. There's an 800 number that people can contact. The owner, his staff. They will answer all their questions, and they will sell them and bring them into the system for you. You don't have to speak to anybody. Both of these systems are completely turnkey, guys. Both of these, and we show you how to go out and use free methods to go market both of these. But you can also, if you want to run paid traffic and all that, they work. It's going to work with both of these as well to generate leads, and everything's in place, right? So what we said was, hey, how could we be a little bit different? How could we really, besides all the stuff we're already doing for our business partners, how if someone comes in at those higher levels on this engine, how can we really make a huge difference? And what we decided to do is we are going to work with you sort of side by side for the first 30 days. And when I say work with you, that doesn't mean hey, Paul, here's, a PDF or 28-minute video, watch this and go do what it says. This is actually us jumping on a Zoom with you. This is us putting together co-branded marketing, because if you're brand new and you really haven't had any kind of success online, and you get the whole thing where, well, what have you done with this and all this sort of stuff. What we want to do is we want to co-brand with you. So we want to create video content together. We want to put our image with along with yours on marketing that goes out there, because what we can do is we can play on our story with this program. We can play on the fact that we did 124K in 4 months, and that's all credibility that right now you won't have and you don't have, and anybody that gets involved in these programs typically don't have unless they're already a successful marketer and they just happen to have be joining this, but they have a track record. If you have no track record, it takes time. You got to build, and put yourself out there. Unless you're doing paid advertising, guys, then it really doesn't matter. People are looking. But why not benefit and piggyback off of our experience, piggyback off of our success with this platform, and then allow us to do that. So we're gonna again arm in arm with you for 30 days. We're gonna put a plan together. We're gonna help you get that content out there to your social media. We're gonna show you how to do this, and nobody does that, guys. I promise you. There's no very few people go above and beyond that like we do, but this is what we do full time. This is what we're in the trenches every day. Both of these platforms have great training, they have great leadership, they have great communities, and we encourage you to be a part of both of the communities and to learn. I mean, both of these platforms are run by people who have generated seven figures. They're the best of the best, so why wouldn't you want to be a part of that? We just understand we have to be leadership in the day to day. We're in the trenches with you guys. Those guys are giving you stuff from a high level, they're high level, right? We're in the trenches every day, right? We have the Facebook group, we have the Facebook instant messenger chat where we're updating people. We're creating additional assets, we're testing things for you, we're trying to figure out what works, what doesn't. Something works, we're not just going, oh, we're going to gatekeep that for ourselves. We immediately go, oh wait, let's pass this along. And guys have to understand, we don't have to do that with these are single tier programs, meaning if you go out and make a sell, right, we're not getting a piece of that, right, unless you're the high ticket and we're giving you 30%. But if you own that and someone buys, you're going to get 100% of that, so we don't see anything. So the question is, why would we go out and help you? Because that's what we were taught when we got into this industry, and that's what we know helps us create the success that we had. We whether we're benefiting or not, right? And that's why a lot of people join network marketing deals and that, because in their mind they're like, well, I can help all these people, but if I teach them, if they go to work, I'm going to make money on all their efforts. Okay. But what happens in that scenario a lot of times is, they're more interested in the money than they are the person. And for us, we're black and white guys. We're no nonsense. We're interested in like what's working and showing and sharing it with you guys. And that helps us too, guys, because that's a part of marketing, right? While we're helping you, we're using that to go market. So people go, because people join leaders, people join communities and teams, and people that, hey, why would you, let's say you're out here promoting this, you don't have all the things we offer, you don't have the community, the additional assets, right? So this person's looking at the low ticket engine with somebody else, and then they're looking at you and they're going, well, wait a minute, Sally is co-branded. I see these co-branded with Paul and Eric. They've got a community, they've got assets, they do training. So this enhances your opportunity to convert sales just by being a part of our team, just by being working with me and Paul will enhance not only your ability to learn and to execute these strategies quickly, but it'll enhance your opportunity to close sales. Like everything we've put together will help you close sales if you just use it and leverage it. So I always like to put that out there, Paul, because
Yeah, totally.
most people are joining, they're joining and they join something and they find themselves in the middle of the desert and they don't know where to go, where to get water, and they ultimately just, end up just falling down and dying, because but when they drop in with us, you're dropping in with like we're the armed forces, we're the special forces, like if you're going to put me in enemy territory, don't just drop me in the middle of nowhere by myself, or you give me the
Yeah.
option of dropping me in with like four SEAL teams, Navy SEAL teams, or Rangers, or what's the British guys?
Marines, US,
The
sorry, not US Marines, but we've got the Marines as well. They're good. They're
yeah.
the hard
So
asses.
so
And the
so the Brits, like
SAS, the
the
SAS.
SAS, drop me in with those guys. I'd prefer to be with those guys if I'm behind enemy lines, right? So that's kind of I'm getting a little animated here, but that's real important, guys. And we put a lot of
Well,
time and effort in this.
we'll
So over to you,
often
Paul.
we'll often get people that have joined. We had it a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? And it's like, yeah, yeah, I'm already in this. Can you help me? And it's like, well, love to, but my mortgage company still wants the mortgage payment. I can't say, well, I helped this guy. I didn't make any money, but helps him. The difference here is we know, right, that we have a much more attractive offer if we actually help people, which means, again, are we living the laptop lifestyle all the time? No, because we're helping our team members, right? But at the same time, that's given us a lot of credibility in the industry. It means that, like Eric said, we let you, by the way, add your customers to our member group. And that's what I've done two trainings today. Nobody else in the group's done trainings as far as I can see for any of their team. We're doing it for the whole team and we don't earn financially off that, right? So that gives you an advantage. I want you to make sure you really grasp that fact. As well as like on the higher ticket, it doesn't make sense on the low ticket. It's just not there's just not enough in it time wise, right? But on the higher ticket, the co-branding as well, because you piggyback off our story, piggyback marketing. So that hopefully that sort of gives you the flow. It's like you can start for just 35. There's a three monthly products. One of them is 125. It pays $100 a month. And like Eric said, that's where you get like your stability. About 70% of people take that, right? Because two customers, you're in profit, aren't you? It's like it's not a big deal. Okay. So that's kind of the start. If you don't want to do the high ticket, but you would still like to get the extra influx of cash now and again, we'll give you 30% on any sales that come for you. But I do need to set it up. Don't just go and promote. You need to speak to me because I need to set it up in the back office, right? But you can use our pages in what you get in the $35 a month thing. You get all the pages, you get everything. I'll set it up for you even. 'Cause I'm a nice guy. Just give me your logins. I'll go in. I'll do it for you, right? Then the high ticket, and we're using that in effect rather than you go and paying a coach or somebody. We're using our commission to take that almost as a payment for coaching. So you get the product, you get the air fryer, and you get the cooking lessons, right? Um, so the last thing from me, I'll let Eric close it out, but I saw this fantastic video the other day by a guy that I'd seen speak before. So I knew it was good. So I watched the video and he's explaining that people, when they're new to the online world, you're looking to start a side hustle, what you're going to do? Well, you're going to look on Google and YouTube and maybe ask AI, and you're going to try to see what you can learn and glean. Before long, though, you're probably going to realize you're better off getting some sort of like formalized training or a program to join. So you might go and spend 50, 200, $250 around, around about that sort of level, right? To get your hands on something that is maybe a bit more structured and, has a following, has somebody that can maybe has some training videos and stuff. But then as time goes on and you get more and more frustrated because you're not where you want to be, they tend to be the people that don't even look at the lower ones and they go, yeah, I need to get this sorted. So I need something that's, in place, is ready to go, can give me the result I want. And if you want to make $3,000 a month, we talk about, you only need one and a half sales, a month at the higher ticket. You only need 24 customers, if they take that premium products as well, 70% do, right? But how long is it going to take you to get to 24 customers? So some people go, well, if I only need to get three at 1,000 or one and a half, if what somebody takes a 2K, and that's what people look at, right? The people that tend to go there, they tend to be the ones that just want to get it sorted and are willing to pay to get it sorted, right? Rather than trying to figure it all out on their own. So the difference is when you're at that low level and you're going to go, well, I'll spend $50 or something, and we're only 35 to start, right? He used 50. But if you're going to spend $50 and then you're going to try it for a year, right? He made me see this, and it's really true that if, let's suppose me and Eric, we help you, and you just make $200 a month, right? And you've spent 1,000, right? Or 2,000, and you're like, oh, this is awful. But trying to figure out on your own, you haven't been making that $200 a month. But with a bit of help and a bit of guidance and going, don't do that, yeah, do that. You might try that, yeah, that's fine, test it. This is what we do. This works for us. So bit of that guidance, you make the $200 a month. Well, over the course of a year, you either got nothing, or that would be $2,400 coming in if it was $200 a month. So is it worth kind of investing now rather than a year down the line, and you could have made that money, or is it better to wait and see what happens? Because wish is not a strategy. You might end up somewhere, honestly. To be frank, you might end up somewhere. Might not always be where you want to be, but you'll end up somewhere. And I thought that was a really good way of putting it because I know, again, I like to figure things out on my own. Eric will tell you I'll spend hours tinkering with stuff. Sometimes I should just go and ask somebody, but I like to figure it out. And that's good for my team because I figure it out and understand how it works. So I like to understand how things work because once you understand how it works, you can adapt it. So somebody comes to me and says, "Well, that won't work for me," because I can go, "Oh, right, okay," and that's where I came up with like the hybrid idea. Ah, if I use the tracking, I could, yeah, yeah, okay, right. So that I would just point that out to you guys. It's not a money run for us because it's worked for us, but we're here to help. We've figured it out. We know what we do, and we can do it. Right, I'll let you close it out, sir. I'm going to go and fall
Well, I
asleep.
mean, at the end of the day, Paul and I are just regular guys. We've just been in the game a while. We've been through all the pitfalls. We've stepped on the landmines. Typically, people that work with us guys are people who are, maybe you've been online for a little while. You haven't had success. You've had your share of, got hyped up about this program or that program. You got involved. The company shut down. Maybe you put something into something and the marketing told you that you could sit back and have a pina colada and the money would be rolling in. All these things, right, that you learn. And if you've gone through that, don't think you're alone. Like that, everybody goes through all that. So people that typically come to us are like they're ready to buckle down. They want to get focused. They want stability. That's why we've chosen these two programs that are 10 years old. We know the owners. We know they're not changing. And we know that they both work. They both convert, right? One we did 124,000 in 4 months. We know the system works. The other one, we literally have used their tools for the last 5 years. It's made us tens of thousands of dollars, just from the tools themselves. This is the main tool platform we use to, create our marketing pages and then of course we get access to all their training, which we've implemented into what we do. So we know we have two solid engines. We've got a great plane. We've got a legit plane, and we've got a lot of trips on it with both engines, and they're both solid. And we can get in the air and we can go, and we can do it over and over and over again. This isn't a crop duster. You can make a crop duster. Those little planes, right, or that pulls advertisement. You see them, right? a lot of people can make these things look like jumbo jets, but they're not, right? They're little crop dusters, and they eventually don't work. We've got a jet plane, man, and we've got two great engines. So, if you're there, if you're just like, hey, I'm ready to plug in, we can show you. We AI has changed the game. We can show you how to invest 30 minutes a day, 40, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, 90 minutes a day, just consistently. Use the tools, use our strategies. We can show you how to do that, right? And still come out here and start to build an income with either one or both of these engines, and that just wasn't the case when we got started. They used to say, give me 1 or 2 hours a day, but very quickly, I know when I got started, I'm like, well, you know, I just shot this video of myself with this little crappy,
Flip camera.
camera that I got to plug in right to my computer, and I don't know anything about editing. Paul's the more techie. I'm not techie, so I'd plug it in and I'd have to figure it out, and I'd be pissed off, and then my kids would run in the room and they would have something going on, or and I would just be like ready to just like lose my mind. And I'm 2 hours in just trying to load a freaking YouTube video onto YouTube. 2 hours into that. Now Paul and I can take this video we're doing right now, guys. Paul can download it, put it in a piece of AI software, and the next thing you know, say, hey, Eric, here's 20 short videos with captions and all this cool stuff that we can go out and use for marketing. Like that. So it's a different world now, right? So there's no excuses, right? If you just come in and you just plug in with us and you take action on what we're teaching you, 15, 20, 30 minutes, an hour a day, I promise you, right, you'll start to see some results. And that's who we're looking for. It's picture your look at they all look at something that's like, hey, is this a plane that can take me, around the world, right? And this is what we have. We have systems companies that you can continue to grow year after year after year after year. And we've got the best of both worlds, right? We got the base. Paul loves residual income, right? So that money's coming in. If you build it, as long as they're paying their subscription every month, that money's coming in whether you work or not. Paul
Yeah,
can
and it
take a week
compounds
off
as
and
you keep introducing
right.
people, it compounds.
And then on the other side, we got the high ticket. Those 2,000 sales come in. Hey man, you're just doing your thing, and all of a sudden it's like, wow, what, this month I had two people buy into the $2,000 program. That's $4,000 that you're just marketing one system, right? You're just marketing this hybrid system, but out of nowhere it's like $4,000 in commissions, and you're over here and you've built like 500, 1,000, $1,500 residual income coming in every month, and then all of a sudden, boom, you have a month like that. I don't know, that's a game changer, Paul, for most people. So anyway, I'm kind of hyped up today. I'm kind of excited today,
You've
because
got the energy today.
I really do, because I know we got it here. I know we can help a lot of people. So that's all I got, Paul. Let's let them go.
I'm just going to show something if I can
Hmm.
to close out. Is it going to let me? Come on, you will let me, won't you? Right. So I'm trying not to give anybody's names away. So I'm just going to see if I can do something here. No, it won't let me. I was going to show all the $1,000 sales because sometimes people go, well, people won't pay $1,000 or $2,000. I was going to show you it all. I'll show you that privately if you want proof that we are really telling you the truth. I'll show you that privately if you're interested. But other than that, I'm going to go and have a cup of tea and a rest. Close my eyes. But we've got the hybrid system, right? You can benefit from both, even if you don't want to invest in the the larger one at the minute, right? You can just come in at 35, and you know what? I love recurring, so I'm very happy with that. So we'll see you. Just reach out to us. There's no link, right, for this. Just message us. We'll talk to you. We're real people. You're a real
Right.
person, I assume. So there's no hype, there's no pressure. Just talk to us, tell us what you're looking for. We're actually doing a search. I'll tell you what, I will put a link under this video, and the link will be for a survey, right? And this is one of the things that we're doing for our team, really, but we want to get it out on a wider scale. Um, what we're asking is, what solution, right, would suit you best to get you where you want to be online. So these are the options: a training course, software, tool or tools, how to use AI better, one-on-one coaching, group coaching, ebook, step-by-step checklist, part of a community, a done-for-you solution where the pages and the marketing's done for you, and watch over the shoulder. Now we've only got 12 responses so far. But the clear winners, as you can see, are a group coaching where the group is shown what to do and has homework, and then also a done for you solution where it's just kind of basically done for you. So me and Eric, we do these now and again. We take the information from these and then we adapt to what our team need to help our team succeed, right? So I'm going to put a link to this underneath, right? So even if you got to the end and you're like, yeah, I'm not working with these fools, but still, it take you out a minute, right, to fill this in. Please do that for us because it helps a lot of people by us being knowing what to do. There's no point in us giving an ebook, look, a training
Right.
course. Who wants a training course, right? Nobody wants a training course. Being part of a community, you don't care. You just want to make money, I guess. Then, right? Fine, okay. We have it because I believe it does help, but you don't really want it. But there you go. So fine, you don't have to have it. I can tell you the checklist don't work because they're already there and people don't even follow them. Right? So, so yeah, we're working for you guys. We're working hard. All right. So we get out of here, aren't we? Because we're going to talk for hours.
Yes. Take care, guys.
Message us, guys, and we'll talk you through what we got. All right, and do that survey. Cheers.
Cheers.